Bump, set, spike. It's that simple, right? Prepare to be proved wrong as the nets have been hung and tightened. The balls have been inflated and the hard work and preparation for Caribou County's 2016 version of high school volleyball is finally here. For the Cardinals, Grizzlies, and Cowgirls, the season last year was disappointing, with no team able to achieve the goal of a run to the state championship. But this season, each team has grown and will be looking to make the extra climb to reach the top. And KBRV 800 The Bear is going to be there every step of the way. Local volleyball is being brought to you on The Bear by
Monsanto, Hunsaker Ford, Silver Star Communications, and by MyLocalRadio.com.
Now, buckle your seatbelts and prepare to join one of the fastest sports in Idaho at the high school level as Soda Springs, Grace, and North Gem take to the court under the watchful eye of your voice for Caribou County, Caleb Bergraff. It's time for volleyball on your home for all things Caribou County, KBRV 800 The Bear, and online with live video streaming at MyLocalRadio.com.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is just about time for senior night at Soda Springs High School, as we have 20 minutes until the Lady Cardinals of Soda Springs take on the MALAD Dragons in their final home match of the year. It seems a little bit early, but that's because district play is just about 2 weeks away. That's right, the end of the volleyball regular season is just about here. And that means that the Soda Springs Cardinals are competing for that number 2 spot in districts, as they have only about 2 weeks and 2 days till the 15th of October to secure that spot. They are in a good position right now. Destiny is in their own hands if they can complete a few tasks and a few challenges and trials on their way to that number 2 spot, which would give them a bye in the opening round. A big part of that would start tonight. If they can take down the MALAD Dragons tonight on their home court, that would give the Soda Springs Cardinals a little bit of an edge as they look to move forward in District 5 action. We have plenty more coming up on the pregame show. A standout student will be joining us later on, as well as an interview with Coach Cammie Tripp of the MALAD Dragons, and a look at the Soda Springs seniors, as we'll be talking with Lexi Patterson and Katie Franson, 2 of the stars from last night's match, as the game continues on here tonight. 17 and a half minutes until the opening serve, all coming up here on KBRV 800 The Bear, with live streaming video online at MyLocalRadio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Sports is being brought to you by Arctic Circle. After the game, be sure to grab dessert at Arctic Circle, where they have above-the-rim shakes and malts, as well as the best soft serve cones in town.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of September 29th through October 5th. It's harvest time, and fruits and veggies are on sale all throughout Lalaton's. Red cluster tomatoes are just 99 cents a pound. Large Fuji apples are 89 cents a pound, and iceberg lettuce heads are 89 cents each. 2-pound packages of seedless grapes are just $3.99 each. Grab yourself some fresh pumpkins, 4 pounds for $1. And fall varieties of squash are just 39 cents a pound. It's harvest time, and those are some of your food specials at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Soda Springs Cardinals on the court warming up, as are the MALAD Dragons, with about 15 minutes and 12 seconds or so until the opening lineups are announced. Also, it's senior night here at Soda Springs, so there will be a short presentation for the Soda Springs seniors as well. We have plenty more to get to on the pregame show, but the first thing we start off with is, as always, we take a look at one of our standout students here at Soda Springs High School. And this time around, we had a chance to sit down and talk with senior Adam Pugmire. He is our standout student for tonight, and he joins us right now on your home for Cardinal Athletics and Cardinal Academics on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Caleb Bergraff joined here with Adam Pugmire from Soda Springs High School. And Adam, when you think about the senior year, finally here for you, what's it been like so far being at the top of the food chain in the high school system?
It's been really weird. I'm used to being at the bottom and being one of the lower kids, so it's just really weird.
Were you looking forward to this year? Is this a year that you kind of had on your calendar as something to be excited about when you're thinking about moving on as well?
Not really. I enjoy being in high school. It gets me around my friends and keeps me out of the house.
Let's talk about high school and talk about some of the classes that you're in this year. What have been some of the classes that you've been taking that you've really enjoyed so far this year?
I enjoy taking Miss Cook's classes. She teaches really well, and she's one of the best teachers here. She has a good sense of humor, too.
Teachers can always make a big difference in what you enjoy and what subjects you enjoy. Before we talk about Ms. Cook and what you would look for in teachers, what are subjects that you really enjoy taking? If you could walk into a classroom and take just one subject all day long, what would it be?
It'd probably be either multimedia or greenhouse, because I enjoy learning how to use computers and I enjoy taking care of plants.
That also leads into your FFA stuff, which we'll talk about more later. But you talked about Mrs. Cook. What does she do as a teacher, and what do you look for in a teacher when you walk into a room?
I look for a good sense of humor, able to joke with, and she just gets along with people and can deal with the stupid people that nobody wants to deal with.
Senior year also means that there's a senior project coming up for you. What are you doing for your senior project, or have you already gotten it done?
I'm repairing and restoring old snow machines. So far, I haven't started yet, but it's a work in progress. Got to get all the parts and see what else I need.
What made you want to get into that, and what type of snow machine are you actually going to be working on?
I got into snow machining last year, and my neighbor needed help restoring some of his older ones in their Articats, and I just decided it'd be a good senior project.
Definitely gets you to work with your hands and gets you to learn something new, a new skill. You said FFA was also something you're in. What's it been like being a part of that? How long have you been a part of FFA?
It's my first year in FFA. It's been really fun so far. I did horse judging at the state fair. That was a challenge, actually, because I didn't really know what I was looking for.
It's always good to try some new things, though, when you're in high school. It's the best time to experiment with some different paths and different subjects that you can get into. And speaking of that, what's next for you? Have you given thought to what your future might hold for you?
I'm looking on going to college to CSI for my diesel mechanics. I'm looking to just come back and go to the mines and work as a diesel mechanic there.
And that's a good tie into the snow machine rebuilding, too, working with engines and small parts. We'll wrap it up with this. What's your favorite part about Soda Springs High School? When you walk in the doors, if somebody at CSI asks you what was fun about Soda Springs, what would you tell them?
Just how energetic all the teachers are and how they get along with all the students.
Well, Adam, I appreciate you taking the time to talk. Congratulations on being our standout student, and good luck as you continue on through your high school career.
Thank you.
That was senior Adam Pugmire. And speaking of seniors, the Soda Springs Cardinal seniors on the court as we speak right now, being honored by this home crowd here. The parents being asked to walk down and join their daughters on the court. And they are receiving applause, balloons, gifts, and Powerades from the Cardinals cheerleaders, as well as the Cardinals volleyball players standing here on the sideline. The seniors, by the way, tonight include number 1, Katie Franson, number 5, Kaylin Lewis, number 11, Alexa Bartlome, number 16, Lexi Patterson, and number 26, Bria Skinner. Those are your 5 seniors for the Soda Springs Cardinals, as again, hugs on the court, as we will get back to the running clock coming down. Congratulations on those seniors. We'll hopefully be sending them out on a victory tonight as they look to try and get themselves a win against the MALAD Dragons, the much-feared MALAD Dragons of District 5, a team that has been dominating District 5 for the last several years, but has showed a couple of weaknesses. We'll sit down and we will talk with the head coach of the MALAD Dragons, Cammie Tripp, as she will join us next on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming.
In the aftermath of a disaster, victims want to get their lives back in order as soon as possible. But if your home has been damaged, the last thing you want is someone taking advantage of you. Contractors who show up right after a storm may be fraudsters, out to make a quick buck off of your insurance claim. They'll promise anything as long as they can get you to sign a contract and hand over a payment. Know who you're dealing with, and remember, if you didn't request it, reject it. To report fraud, call us at 1-800-TEL-NICB, a public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Check out my new time machine.
Does it work?
Hit the button.
Hey, it's Napoleon.
Oui. Check out the future.
Hey, you have a nice house. Why don't I?
You didn't save any money, buddy.
If only there was a way I could go back in time and fix that.
Yeah.
Save something for the future. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals as they are celebrating senior night tonight. And as we said before, they are hoping to send their Cardinal seniors out with a victory against the MALAD Dragons. And it might not be the team you want to be facing on senior night. You usually like to have your kids playing a little bit of an easier opponent, not one that they are going to be having to really battle for. But talking with some of the Cardinals, they're excited about this matchup because this gives them a chance to step up and show what they've done in the last 4 years. We'll be talking with a couple of the Cardinal seniors about that later on. But right now it's time to sit down and talk with Coach Cammie Tripp. After this, we'll give you a heads up on how these two teams did. But first, the words from the Dragon coach's mouth on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with Coach Cammie Tripp from the MALAD Dragons. And Coach, couple of scuffles here in district play, but you're still perfect on the season, 5-0 coming into this match. What have been your thoughts on the way the girls have been able to handle the little hiccups that they've had in some of those matches?
Well, as we were talking about before this interview, we dropped one game against Soda when we played in MALAD, and then the next night we dropped a game that looked exactly the same as our Soda game against Bear Lake. And you know, the thing that the girls were able to do was just to regroup and come back out and really play pretty controlled volleyball. And I think that's just what it's all about. So we've really tried to focus on overcoming those mental errors and pressing through in those types of situations in games. And so hopefully we'll see how we do.
I know that's something that as a coach of a young team, you have to deal with at some point in time, is those young mistakes that are going to happen with any team. What have been some of the things that have impressed you in the last two matches that you've had? Because you've had Aberdeen and Westside, and you swept both of those matches against two teams that are traditionally very good volleyball teams in District 5.
Our match against Aberdeen, we didn't play our best by far. In fact, it was fairly ugly volleyball all the way around. But against Westside, we rebounded really well, and we went to Westside, which is historically a difficult place to play. It's a hard gym to play in, and really controlled the match right from the beginning. And I think really it comes down to just being emotionally, I guess, invested in the game and really having the focus and the wherewithal to push through those mistakes and come back and play strong. And we did that better last week when we faced Westside and Aberdeen.
We're right about 2 weeks away from the district tournament, and that's always when everything comes down to a head. Of course, seeding matters, but realistically the regular season is just pre-match until you actually get to those matches in the district tournament. How do you see this team? What do they need to work on the most going into the district tournament in the next couple of weeks?
Really just what we've been talking about, being consistent and staying consistent and not letting the little things snowball and become a big thing. Really coming off of an error or maybe a call that didn't go our way and being able to push through and score the next point and get that momentum back on our side of the net.
for Soda Springs tonight. They're a team that's playing for that number 2 seed, which is an enviable position for the last 3 teams that are looking to get into that spot. With that on the line for them, what do you expect from them tonight coming into this, especially with them getting a little bit of confidence in that match against you guys last time?
Yeah, I expect that Soda's going to bring their best game, and we have to be prepared for that, and we have to really make sure that we're focusing on the little things. I think that Soda's definitely going to bring it, and I think it will be a good match, so it will be exciting to see.
Cammie, I appreciate the time as always. Good luck to you and your Lady Dragons tonight as we get set for what hopefully will be a fantastic evening.
Okay, thank you.
That was Coach Cammie Tripp joining us here on the pregame show as the Soda Springs Cardinals will look to do better than a 3-1 loss that they had against the Dragons in their last matchup. And a lot of that was due to Hannah Peterson, the number 1 senior on this MALAD Dragons team. She wears the number 2, but with her 15 kills, really took the lead in that match. Her sister, Emma Peterson, with 9 kills. It's a 2-headed beast for this MALAD Dragons team as they will really ride those 2, and especially with a young setter in a freshman, Bayla Tripp, out there. She had 25 assists, but she did end up with 4 service errors. She also had 4 hitting errors in the match as well. So the Cardinals will be really looking to try and pick on her a little bit more, pick on some of the younger kids out there on the court, including sophomore Hallie Hanna, as well as sophomore Britlin Hubbard, who will also get plenty of time on the court. But the biggest thing, once again, is limiting the damage that is going to be done by Hannah Peterson and Emma Peterson and getting the ball through Sammy Williams at the net. Cardinals on the other side of things will be looking to try and get a rebounded match from Haley Ledbetter and Katie Sims. They did all right last night, not necessarily to the potential that they could have, and so we'll be looking for more from them tonight. Lexi Patterson needs to have another strong match, as does Katie Franson. If those 4 can come out and put together a strong performance tonight, the sky is the limit for the Cardinals, and we could be talking about a shocking upset of these MALAD Dragons here tonight at the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals. Plenty of excitement in the building. We're about 7.5 minutes from starting lineups, opening serve, and the national anthem on KBRV 800 The Bear, and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Crop Production Services of Bancroft. Call 208-648-7891 to learn how to get the best production out of your crops.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals as they are on the court warming up as we speak, as the seniors for the Cardinals team looking to try and lead themselves to a victory and hoping for some help from the younger kids on this Soda Springs team. We had a chance to sit down and talk with two of those seniors that have really been having good matches lately, and especially last night. Lexi Patterson, 9 kills on the night with only 3 errors. Katie Franson, also a fantastic night on the evening for the Soda Springs Cardinals, as she was able to come up with 7 kills and 4 errors. If those two seniors can come out strong once again and get good performances from a few of the underclassmen and Katie Sims, Cedar Hopkins, and Haley Ledbetter, this could be a fantastic night. But we had a chance to talk with those seniors about what they need to do if they want to come away with the victory tonight, and they join us right now on your home for Cardinal Athletics, KBRV 800 The Bear, and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Caleb Bergraff joined here on senior night with a pair of the seniors from the Soda Springs Cardinals and two that had very good games last night as well. Lexi Patterson and Katie Franson joining me now, and we'll start off with you, Lexi. Last night, 9 kills on the night to lead the team, and you guys were able to sweep Aberdeen. What were your thoughts on how the girls played last night, especially bouncing back after the 5-set loss to Bear Lake?
I feel like we came out really strong. We just let the Bear Lake game set a fire under us, and we covered our hitters really well. Our defense was really strong, and we just went out and played the game that we knew how to play.
Katie, you also had a good game last night as well. 7 kills on your own right. You've been having a very consistent stretch of play as well, and have been one of the more consistent players over the last 4 or 5 games too. What's been behind that, and what's been behind the team's kind of resurgence in these last couple of matches?
I think it's taken us quite a few years to get up to this point, but we've built up a strong program, and every year we've worked on more things to improve, and slowly we've gotten there.
You guys are right in the thick of a run for the district spot number 2, or number 2 in the district standings right now. You're tied with Westside Bear Lake for that number 2 spot. Tonight you get MALAD, a big test for you guys here on senior night. Lexi, what do you need to do in order to come away with a win tonight against a team that is the perennial powerhouse in the district?
We just need to focus on our defense and just minimize our errors, because when we played MALAD last time, our errors were sky high, and we just need to buckle down and just really focus and play the game that we know how.
It's senior night tonight, 5 seniors on the team this year. What does the senior night emotions bring, and how do you guys expect to use those tonight in tonight's match?
I think it helps us to realize that we get this one chance. Tonight we get to play however we decide, and we get this one chance to kind of prove ourselves. It's not every day that you get to do this, and it's not going to last forever, and so we're going to kind of use that to help us push through this game and to play hard.
Lexi, what are your thoughts on senior night? What do the emotions bring for you, and what are you going to expect to feel out there on the court?
It's kind of rough, just the realization that it's your last home game, and it's just going to make me want to play harder and just to prove ourselves and just show our school and remember this game to be, I laid it all out there.
We'll wrap it up with this. With MALAD coming in, do you like the fact that they're the last team you get to play, Katie, on the home court, I should say, and the team that you guys really get a chance to prove how far you've come?
I think it's a little bittersweet in some ways. It's really going to help us to prove to a lot of people that we have come a long ways. It's going to be a faster paced game than what we're typically used to, so it's also going to push us.
Well, hopefully you guys play fantastic tonight. Congratulations on making it this far in volleyball, and good luck on your senior night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Those were seniors Lexi Patterson and Katie Franson of the Soda Springs Cardinals. As everybody out on the court, everybody serving back and forth between each other, and we prepare for what should be a fantastic matchup tonight between these two teams, and hopefully the Soda Springs Cardinals are going to come out on top in this one as they look to knock off the 2-time defending state champions and the 5-0 in District 5 play, MALAD Dragons under head coach Cammie Tripp. Your starting lineups are coming up on the other side of this break, as is your national anthem. The starting lineups will be brought to you by Mountain View Dental. At Mountain View Dental, they provide general and cosmetic dentistry for the whole family. Good luck to the Cardinals from Dr. Walker and his staff. We will be back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with an online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by State Farm Insurance of Montpelier, Idaho. State Farm is here to help life go right. Call Scott at 208-847-0141 for personal service.
When you're 15 and pregnant, all the stuff just goes through your mind. You're his mom. You're supposed to be the one taking care of him and raising him, but you can't do it without support. I wanted to give him a better life. When I found out I was pregnant, I don't know, just a light hit me in my heart, just saying adoption.
For more information, go to ichooseadoption.org.
I'm Miranda, and I chose adoption.
Okay, forest animals, kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow, have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. River, how's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man.
I love it. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. Okay. Squirrel.
The forest has been preparing just for you. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Oh, hi. Right now, I'm getting a remarkably heartfelt bear hug from Smokey Bear. Thanks, big guy. Now, if you could let me down. See, I made sure there were no low-hanging branches when I set up my campfire. And before we left, I drowned out my campfire, stirred it, drowned it out again, then made sure it was cold. Visit SmokeyBear.com to learn tips to prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Apologize for the little bit of dead air there, as the national anthem was actually the Pledge of Allegiance. And we get set for our starting lineups as the Bird Nest is about to get rocking here tonight as the Soda Springs Cardinals look to take down the Malad Dragons. And it's time for us to jump into our starting lineups, again being brought to you by Mountain View Dental. At Mountain View Dental, they provide general and cosmetic dentistry for the whole family. Good luck to the Cardinals from Dr. Walker and his staff. We'll start things out with the Malad Dragons, who still have a senior-laden team, as they are also going to be dealing with a lot of young players on the squad as well. They're led by number 1, sophomore Hallie Hanna. Number 2 is senior Hannah Peterson. Number 4 is freshman Bayla Tripp. Number 8 is senior Emma Peterson. Number 12 is senior Sammy Williams. And number 13 is sophomore Britlin Hubbard. The big ones to watch once again are going to be the 2 Peterson sisters, as well as number 12, Sammy Williams. Those are the big players for the Soda Springs Cardinals to watch for on the Malad Dragons. On the other side, for the Soda Springs Cardinals, starting lineup will be very similar to what it has been so far this year. Number 1, Katie Franson leads things off. Number 5 is Kaylin Lewis. Those 2 seniors leading things off. Number 7 is Reagan Yamauchi. Number 12 is Cedar Hopkins. Number 13 is sophomore Katie Sims. Number 15 is junior Haley Ledbetter. Number 16 is senior Lexi Patterson. The libero tonight, suited up in the red uniform, is number 21, Taylor Myers. The seniors, once again, for the Cardinals include Katie Franson, Kaylin Lewis, Alexa Bartlome, Lexi Patterson, and Bria Skinner, as they are playing their final match on their home court. Nothing on the scoreboard, as the 2 teams will take their places onto each side, meeting at half court. And at the net, I should say. Malad wearing their orange road uniforms, black numbers on the left chest, as well as black numbers on the back, white shoulder blades with the cut-off sleeves, black spandex, black knee pads. And on the other side, Hannah Peterson is wearing a knee brace on her right knee. I did not think that she had that. That is Emma Peterson wearing a knee brace on her right knee. Not sure if she had that last time that they took the court against the Soda Springs Cardinals. The other one that is interesting enough is Sammy Williams not wearing any knee pads at all on her side of the court. As for the Soda Springs Cardinals, they're wearing their traditional home uniforms, black with white numbers, white collars that fade to black, white stripes down the right side on a piping job, and it is black spandex for the Soda Springs Cardinals on their side of the court. Katie Franson checks out for Taylor Myers as the first rotation will set up with 4 in the back row for Soda Springs. Malad Dragons will be opening up with the serve, and Britlin Hubbard, the sophomore, will move into the back row. One of the sophomore back players and middle hitters for the Malad Dragons. Sammy Williams, the other main middle for this Aberdeen team. Nothing on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Opening serve being brought to you by Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier, Idaho. And the serve is up and across, played by The Cardinals to the far side, and Patterson drops a hard hit off the line, and Hallie Hanna cannot stay with it. Reagan Yamauchi with the assist, and Lexi Patterson opens it up on a great note for the Cardinals as they lead 1-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Left to right, it'll be Haley Ledbetter to serve into the net. The ball is dug, and it's going to end up being a block kill for Katie Sims. And she comes up and puts it right back onto the MALAD side. 2-0, the Cardinals on top, and Ledbetter once again serves. Dug up in the back row. It'll be set to the middle by Tripp, and a hard hit down the back line is going to be pounded down by Emma Peterson. Very quick points early on here, and the Soda Springs Cardinals will see the ball go back over to the MALAD Dragons. Emma Peterson moves to the back row to serve, wearing the number 8. Hair in a long ponytail off the back of her head. It'll be served over. Ledbetter gets it to Hopkins. Back row, Ledbetter another shot, but softly hit. Hannah Peterson gets it to Tripp. Near side, Hannah once again goes back line, and Ledbetter gets a hand on it, but it stays outside of the lines and goes off the ceiling as Hannah Peterson gets her first kill. Another assist goes to Bayla Tripp. 2-2 your score on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Emma Peterson to serve once again. High serve and short serve played by Yamauchi. Set towards the net as Patterson gets a chance, and she gets one off of the block. Got it high enough off the block, though, and it's tipped out of bounds as Lexi Patterson gets her second kill. Another assist for Reagan Yamauchi, and Soda Springs goes back up by 1, 3-2 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Still in set number 1, and Alexa Bartolome will serve. Line serve back row. Hannah Peterson to Tripp into the middle. Sammy Williams stuffed at the net by Patterson. Set to the near side and tipped over the net by Hannah Peterson, and she gets her second kill. Good block at the net by Lexi Patterson, but the MALAD Dragons able to react well, and it's knotted up at 3 points apiece as it'll be back to Tripp to serve. She sends one across. Near side, it'll be Yamauchi setting it for Ledbetter. She hits one into the net, and the hitting error is going to go against Haley Ledbetter from her back row attempt. Soda Springs goes down by 1 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. First time they've trailed, so they led 2-0. Ball served up and over. Sims, poor pass, and a late reaction from Reagan Yamauchi is going to earn an ace for Bayla Tripp. That's the first ace of the match for either team, and MALAD goes up to a 2-point lead. 5-3. And Tripp to serve again. High serve back row. Sims, better pass this time. Middle of the court. Yamauchi back sets it. It's going to be for Patterson. Back line too strong. Lexi picks up her first error. Went with the right spot on the court. The Dragons got caught watching, but it ends up going long, and it's 6-3 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Bayla Tripp to serve once again. Looking for 4 straight points. The ball served over. Yamauchi sets this one middle. It'll be Sims who goes cross court to the right. That's outside the lines. And Katie Sims picks up an error. 3 errors now on the Cardinals in the last 4 points, and it's 7-3 with the MALAD Dragons on top and 4 straight service points for Bayla Tripp. She'll serve again. Short serve dug up by Sims. Yamauchi sets it to the middle. Sims comes up, tips one over the block, but right there are the MALAD Dragons. Will be tipped across the net. Yamauchi sets this one to the net, tipped over the net, this time by Patterson, and a free ball sent to the back corner. Ledbetter to Yamauchi once again. Far side. Sims comes up, tipped at the net, back line dug up into the air. Played into the middle. Hannah Peterson, another free ball to the back line. It'll be Bartolome over to the far side. Sims tipped at the net and dropped down on a stuff block by Sammy Williams, who was able to not only tip it, but tip it back to the Cardinal side and caught them by surprise. 8-3. It's a 6-point run by the Dragons. Ball served over by Tripp once again. It'll be Sims to Yamauchi, who just dumps one across the net, and it rolls off of the antenna, and Soda Springs will get the point on the error by Hannah Peterson. That's her first of the match, and the Cardinals are back within 4, 8-4 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Patterson goes back to serve once again and strides into one that's short and bumped up by Tripp. It'll be set by Peterson to the near side, tipped at the net, and the Cardinals keep it alive. Bartolome to Yamauchi, back row attempt from Ledbetter to the back line, dug into the air near the basketball hoop, raised up, and Hannah Peterson just has to free one across. Franson to Yamauchi, she'll set this one far side for Sims, goes back line, dug up off the ceiling as Bayla Tripp goes off of the back row and is sent to the back line of the Cardinals. Ledbetter can't get there in time, and the Cardinals will watch that one drop down for a point to the MALAD Dragons. 9-4. It's a 5-point edge for MALAD early on in set number 1. Cardinals not playing terrible, but the Malad Dragons just keeping the kills from dropping to the hardwood. It'll be Hannah Peterson to serve, dug up by Sims, set by Yamauchi, far side for Franson, who completely mishits the ball off the right side of her hand and picks up her first hitting error of the match. It's 10-4 now, and the Cardinals trail by 6. Back to Hannah Peterson to serve, short serve into the net, barely catches the bottom of the net. Hannah Peterson with 2 errors now, the only 2 errors by the Dragons in this opening set, and the Cardinals back within 5. It's 10-5 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Katie Sims once more will line up to serve, runs up, lines one back row. It's Emma getting it to Tripp, middle of the court. Sammy Williams stuffed at the net, but Emma there to keep it alive. Tripp sets it near side again, back line on the line, powering it down, Britlin Hubbard. She gets her first kill, 4 assists now for Bayla Tripp, and it's an 11-5 lead now for, and excuse me, they're going to call into the net instead, so Britlin Hubbard will not get the kill. It's a point to the Cardinals on the net violation by Britlin Hubbard, and it's 10-6, Soda Springs down by 4. Sims will run up, line drive over the net. Misplayed in the back row, but Hubbard gets there in time, jousted for at the net and tipped back across. Tripp is there to the middle of the court, and Williams just frees him across. It's Franson with the stuff block. Katie Franson got the fingertips up and shoves it back to the Dragon side. Cardinals on a 3-point run. It's 10-7 now on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. And back to service Sims. Lines one over. Emma gets one to Bayla Tripp. It'll be tipped into the net. Yamauchi dives for it after it was Bartlome trying to dig it up. And it ends up going as a kill on the play. I believe getting it is Britlin Hubbard for her first. 7-11, Dragons up by 4. Ball clips the net cords, dug back over to the Malad side. Played into the middle, and Tripp will free one across. Bumped into the air, it'll be set to the far side. Ledbetter with another opportunity. Backline too strong. Hard hit from Haley Ledbetter, but it sailed long, and another net violation is going to be called. And I'm not sure who they got this one on. We'll just put that one down on the team, but the Cardinals get another point. It's 11-8. 2 net violations by the Malad Dragons as their play at the net has been strong, but it's been a little bit too tight. As Reagan Yamauchi goes back to serve, line drive serve, dug to the near side. Just getting there is Hubbard, and Tripp gets a free ball over. Yamauchi gets it to Hopkins. She'll set this one middle for Franson, who goes over to the left side. Dug back towards the middle of the court to the near side. Coming this time is Hubbard again. Popped into the air by the Cardinals. They're going to call a lift, though, on Cedar Hopkins. Good try by the Cardinals to try and keep it alive, though, as they almost were able to scramble and get that ball back over. 12-8, the Cardinals still down by 4, but hanging tough as the ball served over again. Yamauchi comes to the near side. Franson tips one and stuffed down. Reaching over the net and popping it down is Emma Peterson. That's her first block of the match, and Soda Springs down by 5. 13-8, and it moves back now once again to Hallie Hanna to serve. Dug up back row. Yamauchi sets this one middle. Ledbetter, good run up. Back row kill. Went to the right corner. Haley Ledbetter gets herself a kill on the third assist by Reagan Yamauchi. And Soda Springs remains within 4 at 13-9. Taylor Myers checks in. Also back into the game is Lexi Patterson, as Cooper Evans will take a seat. It'll be Myers to serve. Line drive back row. Played up by Hannah. Tripp sets it back to the middle. It'll be tipped to the back line. Sims watches it drop on the back corner. She was wanting to watch that one hit outside of the lines, but it ends up going as a point over to the Malad Dragons, and I believe Emma Peterson, the culprit there, she gets her second kill. 14-9. And a serve up and a line drive just clearing the net. Played by Yamauchi to the far side. Patterson denied at the net. It's Emma Peterson again. She's got a pair of blocks now, and it's back up to a 6-point lead for the Dragons. They've led by as many as 6, trying to build that up as Britlin Hubbard goes back to serve again. Right to left. High serve back row. Sims past Yamauchi. She'll set this one for a back row attempt by Letty. Tipped at the net, and that one goes out of play. Ledbetter gets herself a back row kill for her second of the match. Another assist to Reagan Yamauchi, and Soda Springs ends up going back within 5, 15-10. Letty to serve once again. Fires herself forward, line drive back row. Played forward towards the net by Hannah Peterson. Set back to Peterson, and she'll bump this one across. Tip to Cedar Hopkins. She'll set up Patterson. Back corner, double tip kill. And Patterson gets her third kill. Hopkins gets her first assist, and Soda Springs is within 4, 15-11. Not letting the Dragons get out of sight. That's what you got to do with this Malad team. You can't let them creep away. It'll be back to Ledbetter to serve again. Line drive back row. Hannah Peterson, clean pass. Tripp sets it to the near side. Hannah comes up, stuffed at the net. Tripp frees it across, though. Played to Yamauchi. She'll go far side to Sims. She tries to go out for the block. Tipped into the air. Patterson screams over to get it in the air off her knees, and the Cardinals free it across. Played to Emma Peterson. She goes cross court to the right and drops one down on the line. Great play by the Cardinals to keep it alive, but they cannot come away with the point after the great scramble job on their side of the court. Goes back now to serve as Emma Peterson, line to the far side. Sims to Hopkins. She'll set this one, but a double hit's going to be called on Hopkins. She was off balance when she tried to pop up the ball, and it makes it a 17-11 score now on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Back to Peterson to serve once again as Emma lines one across. Yamauchi to Patterson, back row, and she's going to set it up for Ledbetter, who gets one across. Up in the air goes Tripp to the near side. Hannah Peterson spins one down, dug into the air. Yamauchi bumps it back row. It's Myers who just clears one across the net. Williams comes to the near side. Hannah Peterson gets one across, dug up back row this time by Yamauchi. Into the middle. Patterson back line, but dug up into the air once again. Great scrambling by the Dragons, not able to get any hard hits. It'll be Yamauchi, bump set middle for Patterson. She clips the cords. Can't get it inside the lines, though, as it clips the cords and rolls to the left. Lexi Patterson, an unfortunate recipient of an error to make it 18-11. Emma Peterson to serve again, high serve back row. It'll be Yamauchi to Patterson. She sets up Sims, cross court, but played well by Emma Peterson. To the near side, Hannah comes up, tipped at the cords and played up into the air. Yamauchi to the far side, goes Sims once again. She goes back line, played into the air by Hubbard. To the near side, Hannah Peterson again goes soft and drops it down. Great play there coming from Bayla Tripp to find Hannah Peterson, who goes soft to drop it down for her third kill. 8-point edge for the Dragons as they start to pull away. Emma serves it across. Sims to Hopkins. Bump set back row for Ledbetter, who goes back line too strong. A foot off of the back line. Haley Ledbetter with 2 errors now in the match. And the Dragons continue to build up their lead. They're up by 9, 20-11 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Emma Peterson once more to serve. Line serve just over the cords, and that's an ace for Emma Peterson. She gets her first ace and builds it to a double-digit lead for the Dragons as they start to pull themselves away. Back row strides into one and hits one up and back line. Too strong off the back line. It's an A&E error as she gets an ace, then an error. And it's 21-12. The Cardinals stay in for a 9-point edge. It'll be Bartolome checking in with Hopkins taking a seat on the bench. Alexa looks over the net, strides into one, and lines one back corner. Dug towards the net. It'll be played by Tripp to the middle. Williams goes back line, off of the line. They're going to say on the net goes one of the Cardinals, though, and they're going to call it on Lexi Patterson for a net violation. Ball was called long by the line judge, but the Cardinals cost themselves a point and a serve. Bayla Tripp goes back to serve. High serve, back row. Sims to Patterson. She sets a back row attempt for Ledbetter. She'll try and line one to the back line of the Dragons and misplaying the ball at the net is Hallie Hannah. She tried to just dump one across, ran into the net, was also run into by Bayla Tripp. And the Cardinals back up by 9, or down by 9 as they get another point, 22-13. Gives another chance for Patterson to serve. Short serve towards the net. Tripp sets one backside, and Hannah just tips one across. Bartolome saves one into the air, and a free ball from Yamauchi as goes to the Dragons. It'll be played to the net by Hubbard. Tripp to the near side. Hannah Peterson stuffed at the net. Emma right there to play it, though. Bump set by Williams for Hannah. Again, stuffed at the net again. Cardinals with great offense, and it's tipped over to the far side. Free to cross on a lift coming from Katie Sims. They're going to get her on that one. The Cardinals seeing the errors start to stack up. They've got 9 of them on their hitting game. And it's 23-13 now as the Dragons will send Hannah Peterson back to serve. She'll send one high and back row. Sims to Yamauchi. Far side, Franson. No, they can miscommunicate, and it's just a free ball across. Bumped into the middle. Played over for Williams. Goes back line, but Ledbetter tips it on the back row. And it goes as a kill in the middle for Sammy Williams for her first kill of the match. 8 assists now for Bayla Tripp. 24-13. Hannah Peterson gets set to serve once again. High serve, back row. Sims to Yamauchi. Back row for Ledbetter, who tries a back line to kill. Dug up into the air, set to the near side, coming this time and hitting one on the line. Down the line is Britlin Hubbard. She gets her second and it's 25-13. The MALAD Dragons cruising through set number 1, looking like the state champions that they have bragged to be about. Only 2 errors on the hitting game, 2 on the serving game for the Dragons. Cardinals go down 23-13 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. This first set was brought to you by Sanders Furniture. At Sanders Furniture and Appliance, they carry Amana, Maytag, Speed Clean, and all the major brands of appliances, as well as Lazy Boy Furniture. Come to Sanders in Soda Springs, where they can help make your house a home. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Here's a look at some of your Lalatin's food specials for the week of September 29th through October 5th. It's harvest time, and fruits and veggies are on sale all throughout Lalatin's. Red cluster tomatoes are just 99 cents a pound. Large Fuji apples are 89 cents a pound, and iceberg lettuce heads are 89 cents each. 2-pound packages of seedless grapes are just $3.99 each. Grab yourself some fresh pumpkins, 4 pounds for $1. And fall varieties of squash are just 39 cents a pound. It's harvest time, and those are some of your food specials at Lalatin's in Soda Springs.
Imagine a mining company who nurtures butterflies. At Monsanto, we plant wildflower seeds on recently mined land. The flowers support a thriving butterfly population, which then feeds small birds, who are in turn hunted by eagles and hawks. By paying attention to nature's detail, Monsanto sustains a broader ecosystem. That's one reason why 6 federal and state agencies have honored us with their highest award for excellence in annual operations. Monsanto. Imagine.
Welcome back out once again to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals, where right now they trail 1-0 to the MALAD Dragons. They'll try and turn things around if they want to get this game back into their hands, as the MALAD Dragons will watch as the Cardinals get prepared to serve this one across. Opening serve in this second set brought to you by Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier. At Bear Lake Drug, they're the small-town pharmacy that gives you world-class service. Call them at 208-847-1421 today. Back to serve for the Cardinals will be Haley Ledbetter. She gets the preparation going. Whistle blows from the official, and she will line one up and over. Dug in the back row by Hannah Peterson. Tripp sets one up for Hannah. Stuff block at the net. Left me speechless for a moment there. Cedar Hopkins gets up and earns her first block of the match. Soda Springs up by 1. Early going in set number 2, and Ledbetter will prepare to serve once again. Runs up and sends one back row. Emma Peterson to Tripp, back to Emma. She goes down through the block and comes up with her 4th kill. And another assist goes to Bayla Tripp. 1 point apiece for the two teams here, as the Cardinals will again look to the Dragons, who will serve it across. It's Hubbard, line drive serve, back row. Hopkins, comes near side, back line, dug too far to the Cardinals side. Patterson tries to drop one down, tipped over by Tripp. It'll be over to Yamauchi. Far side Hopkins goes cross court, dug into the air, played back by Tripp, over the net too far, tipped across. Cardinals will get another opportunity as Sims gets it to Yamauchi to the near side. Katie Sims goes cross court, popped up by Williams, dug to the far side, and Peterson stuffed at the net again. It's Cedar Hopkins. Peterson was off the net, looked a little bit lackadaisical in how she hit it, didn't look where she was hitting it to, and is denied at the net to give the Cardinals a 2-1 edge on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. So Soda Springs will earn themselves another serve. And it goes back and popped up into the back row by Hannah, and it misplayed by Hannah. A diving try by Bayla Tripp does not get there in time. And the Cardinals go up now 3-1. Give that as an ace to Kaylin Lewis, who gets the first ace of the match for the Cardinals. Ball served over, clips the cords, and it's back-to-back aces for Soda Springs. Kaylin Lewis coming up with a couple of big points for the Cardinals. They lead by 3, 4-1 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Lewis runs up to serve again, line drive back row. Peterson to Tripp, back over to Hannah. Peterson tips one high, outside of the lines. Lewis with a smart play to let that one drop. And Hannah Peterson gets an error for her second of the match. 5-1, Soda Springs up by 4. 4-point run for the Cardinals as Lewis sends one across. Dug towards the net, played to the backside. Emma Peterson goes cross court outside the lines. And another point over to the Soda Springs Cardinals as Emma Peterson gets her first error. This is how the Cardinals got to the Dragons in the first set they won last time around. And already they're starting to get to them. No, they're going to say tipped, So Emma Peterson does get the kill. and an assist goes to Tripp. It'll be Peterson to serve, line drive. Ledbetter kisses one off the rafters. Back row for Ledbetter, who goes into the net, and Haley picks up her 5th error of the match. And she struggles in the early going of set number 2. 5-3 Cardinals. Still up by 2. Ball served over. Ledbetter to Yamauchi. Set to the near side. Sims runs up, tips one short. Played by Hannah to the far side. Hannah gets another chance. Down hard, but dug up by Ledbetter. Lewis plays it middle, and a free ball is sent high and across the net by Myers. Another chance to set it. Williams blocked at the net, and it's going to work in her favor as she's able to drop it off the block and just get it to fall down on the back side of the line. Another assist goes to Bayla Tripp for her 12th of the match. It's 5-4 now, and the Soda Springs Cardinals lead trimmed to 1 on a 3-point run by the Dragons. Patterson to Yamauchi on the serve. Near side, it's going to be Ledbetter tipping one back corner. Emma Peterson gets there, though. Far side, Hannah Peterson another chance, and she powers it down. The Dragons already showing some great signs of life. They lead tie it up 5-5 on another kill by Hannah Peterson for her 4th. Emma still in the back row. Looks over and will line one over again. Dug up by Ledbetter. Yamauchi back sets this one for Sims. Back row attempt tossed into the air by Tripp. Played to the far side. It'll be tipped down but dug up by Myers. Yamauchi to the near side. Sims tips one over the net, diving to keep it alive. Are the Dragons. They free one across again for Patterson to try and free ball one to the far side. Dug into the air. Tripp goes far side. Hannah Peterson goes back line. And it's Ledbetter popping one off of the rafters. And Hannah Peterson with another kill for her 5th. And the Dragons go on a 6-point run to go from a 5-1 deficit to a 6-5 lead. Back to Emma Peterson to serve once again. Lines one up and over. Sims to Yamauchi. She sets one up for Sims once again. Back line off the rafters. Dug to the back row. And a desperate try by Hallie Hannah to get it across will come up short. And Soda Springs evens it back up at 6-6 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Lexi Patterson goes back to serve. And a high serve will go to the back row. Hannah Peterson gets it to Tripp. Middle. Williams blocked at the net. Played into the air. Tripp again sets up far side for Peterson, who's stuffed at the net, but it rolls out of bounds. And Hannah Peterson gets a kill on the block that was not able to find the inside of the lines. And the Cardinals will go back down by 1, 7-6 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Brings it back to Bayla Tripp to serve. High serve, back row. Cooper Evans to Yamauchi to the near side. Franson frees one back line. Played into the air by Hubbard. Tripp bumps one towards the net and is freed into the middle of the court. Franson gets one to the near side. Tip to Sims. Tipped at the net. And Peterson gets into the air. Tripp slides to her knees to keep it alive as Williams finds the middle of the court. The Cardinals get caught watching. Sammy Williams gets her 3rd kill. Another assist to Bayla Tripp from her knees. And Soda Springs is able to get or watches the Dragons build to a 2-point edge. It's 8-6. And moving back to serve is Bayla Tripp once again. Steps into one. High serve, back row. Sims to Yamauchi to the far side. Sims stuffed blocked at the net by Sammy Williams. She saw it coming and powered one down. 9-6. It's a 3-point run for the Dragons. And it goes back to Bayla Tripp to serve once again. She'll rock into a serve. High serve, back row. Dug towards the net too far. Jousted for. One over by Reagan Yamauchi. Scrambling to try and save it are the Dragons, but it drops to the hardwood. And Soda Springs on the one joust by Reagan Yamauchi. She overpowered Hallie Hannah at the net. And Soda Springs gets back within 2. It's 9-7. Sims to serve once again. Runs forward, lines one back row. Towards the net it goes. Tripp sets it to the near side coming up. Hannah Peterson goes back line. And Hannah with her 4th straight kill without an error. She's got 7 kills in the match. And the Cardinals go back down now. It's 10-7. One thing this one, the Cardinals not making as many errors, but their offense has not been able to score many points. It's back to Hannah Peterson to serve now. She'll move to the back line. Ledbetter passes it too far. Jousted for again. This one's won over by the Dragons, but the Cardinals free it across. Tripp to the middle. That's Hannah to the middle. Played into the court for the Cardinals. Lewis to Yamauchi, back row. Sims goes back corner. Emma Peterson gets into the air, and she'll free one across after the pass to her. Cooper Evans runs into Katie Sims, and the two of them will allow Emma Peterson to get her 6th kill on another assist by Bayla Tripp, and the Soda Springs Cardinals go down by 4. It's 11-7, and Hannah Peterson serves it short. Letty into the air, jousted for again, popped down, and powered down on the back row, this time by Hubbard. and a timeout is going to be taken by Coach Shawnee Thompson to talk things over. Her team down 12-7 in set number 2. Cardinals looking to try and rebound here, down 12-7 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. We'll get you some updates from how cross country did, as we have some numbers from their runs. And we'll also let you know that this second set is being brought to you by Bear Lake Drug. At Bear Lake Drug, they have everything you need to get better quick, and they carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent as well. Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier. Call them at 208-847-1421. Cardinals looking for some answer for their offensive struggles right now, as they have not been able to find an answer to get the ball to drop down. Only 6 kills as a team so far, none in the second set. Ball served across to the Cardinals. Franson comes up. She'll go back line. Emma Peterson into the air. Tripp sends one to Peterson, who frees one across. Lewis to Yamauchi to the near side. Ledbetter powers it into the net, and she comes up with her 4th error of the night. Ledbetter, at least she's hitting the ball hard, but still is having some struggles so far this year in the second half. Hannah Peterson to serve once again. Haley into the sky, gets a pass into the middle. Yamauchi sets up Franson far side. Emma Peterson gives one over the net, and it's going to be freed to the Cardinal side on a mistake of communication. Set up for Franson. She's blocked at the net. William, and it'll be freed across by the Cardinals. No, Yamauchi can't get it over. Sammy Williams started all off with her 3rd block, and the Cardinals could not take advantage as Reagan Yamauchi gets her 1st error of the match. 14-7, the Dragons doubling up the Cardinals. Cooper Evans to Yamauchi towards the net. Franson comes up, tips it short, but played well at the net by Hannah, and freed across by the Cardinals after the tip over. William gets it to the middle, and it's going to be freed back over to the Cardinal side, where Lewis gets the ball to Yamauchi, set to the near side. Ledbetter goes back line, popped up high into the air, sent to the far side, and going back line, but being tipped by Sims is the kill attempt of Britlin Hubbard, and she gets her 4th of the match. 15-7, and the Cardinals trail once again by 8. And Hannah Peterson can continue this service run that she started back when it was 9-7. Yamauchi sets the ball to the near side. Ledbetter stuffed at the net, played back row, and Cooper Evans will have a back row opportunity. Lines one to Hannah Peterson, passes it back row, and is set towards the net and dropped down by Hubbard, but right there is Sims. Yamauchi back to the near side. Ledbetter tips one across short. Dumped into the air. Tripp sets one middle. William goes back line, powers it down, and Sammy William gets her 4th kill, an 11th assist in the set for Bayla Tripp. She's got 20 overall already and is in line to be our Stoddard setter of the game. Back row, William to serve once again, or Peterson to serve once again. Yamauchi digs one back towards the middle of the court, and Cooper Evans and Katie Sims cannot communicate well, and Cooper Evans ends up flying one underneath the net. It's 17-7, a double-digit lead for the Soda Springs, or the Dragons, over the Cardinals. Yamauchi to Franson. She'll line one just over, but played well by Tripp. The defense for the Dragons has been impeccable so far tonight. Ball clips the courts. Cardinals play it well, and Yamauchi frees one across, back over to the Malad side. Tripp to the near side, coming up and hitting one cross court is Hannah. Played by the Cardinals well, and it'll be sent across by Ledbetter once again as Tripp sets one middle for Williams again. She tips one short, dropped into the air, and freed across by the Cardinals again. Tipped over, played up into the air by Sims, and Ledbetter frees one into the net. And Ledbetter again with the error. You could have given a block on that one as well to Hallie Hannah as she was in position, but ends up picking up a point to the Dragons. 18-7. Cardinals have given up 9 straight points to the Dragons as Yamauchi sets up Franson, tipped at the net, played up by Emma Peterson. Over to the far side, dropped across the court by Hubbard. Yamauchi plays into the air again, and Cooper Evans off balance, can't get it into the air high enough to get it back over, and Soda Springs goes down by 12, 19-7. It's been a rough second set for the Cardinals. Still no offensive points other than 2 aces. It'll be Hannah Peterson to serve. Line drive over, and Ledbetter sees it go through her hands on the dig attempt. Hannah Peterson gets her 1st ace, the 3rd ace of the match for the Dragons, and it's 20-17, or 20-7. The Cardinals down by 13. Set number 2 being brought to you by Bear Lake Drug. At Bear Lake Drug, they have everything you need to get better quick. They carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent as well. That's Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier. You can call them at 208-847-1421 today. Let them take care of all of your needs. Also, keep an eye out for your setter of the game, brought to you by Stoddard Farms, as well as your blocker of the game, which is being brought to you by Bear Lake Drug as well. We hope you'll stick around for the post-game show when we bring you your setter of the game and blocker of the game. As right now the MALAD Dragons huddled up, talking things over. The Cardinals talk things over in their timeout and will break onto the court. Just looking to end this run, which has been 13 straight points for the Dragons. Goes back to Hannah Peterson to serve. She'll look to try and keep this run going for her. 11 straight serves. High serve, short serve. Ledbetter gets it to Yamauchi to the near side. Ledbetter goes back line. Emma Peterson into the air, gets it to Hannah, and Hubbard will try and send one across, but they're going to call a double hit on Hannah Peterson. That's her third error and gifts the Cardinals a point. They needed it to end that run. It's 20-8 now, a 12-point edge for the Dragons, and the Cardinals will again look to return the serve as Reagan Yamauchi goes to the back row. Steps in, fires one over. Peterson to Tripp, sets one near side, kicks cross court, and misplayed on the back row as Hallie Hannah gets her first kill of the match. Another assist for Tripp. That's 12 in the set, and it's 21-8 now on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. And back to serve now will be Sammy William. Dug up into the air. Ledbetter to Yamauchi, back to Ledbetter, tries a backline attempt. Hannah Peterson's there. Tripp sets one far side. Hubbard blocked at the net. Franson to Cedar Hopkins, hit over the net by Franson on a tip drop, but can't get it to drop down. Emma Peterson tries the same action, can't get that to drop. Yamauchi to the middle of the court, and free ball comes over from Ledbetter from her knees. Over to the far side, Hannah sets up Hubbard, played towards the net. Yamauchi digs one there, and it's going to be hit into the antenna by Cedar Hopkins. A poor set, but a poor pass to the set for Reagan Yamauchi, and Cedar unfortunately will pick up her third error of the match now. 22-8. As Bartlome will check in for Katie Sims into the back row. Cardinals looking for some answers right now as Williams sends one across. Yamauchi to the near side. Ledbetter tipped at the net. Can't get it to drop down, though, as a scrambling Peterson keeps it alive. Cardinals have a chance on their own side, and it's going to end up dropping on their own side after the kill of Emma Peterson, who finds the bottom of the court. She's got 7 kills without an error. And another assist, I believe, goes to Tripp on the plate, 23-8, and Williams will serve this one across. Cooper to Ledbetter, to the near side. Hopkins goes back line, played well again by Hannah Peterson, though. Set for Hannah, back line. She goes back row. Bartlome to Hopkins, who tips one across. William over to Hannah, who tries to drop one back line. Bumped into the air on the far side and hit over the net by Hopkins, but lifted up on the try. The Cardinals have just not been in good position all second set right now, and it's costing them an errors as they trail 24-8 now on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. William will serve this one across again. Ledbetter to Yamauchi, outside the lines, keeps it alive. Franson can't tip it right. She hits one into the deck and picks up her second errors. The Cardinals crumble in a 25-8 loss in a match that they were even at or close to even. They were even at 6-6, and they fell in the final by 19-2. MALAD Dragons take a 2-0 set lead over the Cardinals. We'll see if Soda Springs can answer back. We'll take a quick break, come back with your third set being brought to you by Bassett Building and Supply on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals Frozen Video, so we'll try and get things fixed here in between the breaks on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Out once again to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals, start of set number 3. Apologize for the break there. Cardinals will open things up as Cedar Hopkins sends one long off of the back line. Couldn't quite keep that one in. And the Soda Springs Cardinals go down 1-0 already here in set number 2. And they will look to try and answer back as Yamauchi sets one far side. Patterson tips one across. Played into the air by Hannah. To the near side comes up. Hannah Peterson tries to drop one down, but Myers gets into the air. Yamauchi far side for Bartlome, who hits one into the net, but gets it to drop down for the kill. Yamauchi gets what is only her 5th assist of the match. And it is a 1-1 score. The Cardinals did not score a single offensive point in the second set. Bartlome to serve. Lines one over. Played into the air. To the near side comes Peterson again. Hits it off the block and outside the lines. And Hannah Peterson says, "You had your fun. Now I'm going to have my fun." And she drops down another kill. That goes as her 8th of the match now. 2-1. The Dragons on top on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as the ball is served up and across. Played into the middle. Hopkins goes far side as Sims tries the cross-court kill. Gets it off of the back row of Hubbard. And Soda Springs gets themselves back within even. Katie Sims comes up with a kill. That's the 6th assist for Yamauchi as well. A much better offense here and a little bit of a switch in how the Cardinals are running their rotation out there on the court as well. Coach Shawnee Thompson said she had a couple of other tricks up her sleeve, and she's pulling out a few of those now as Lewis sends one high in back row. It'll be Peterson into the middle and a misplay by the Dragons, but they keep it alive as Myers to Yamauchi to Patterson. She'll tip one short, but into the net. And Lexi Patterson gets her 3rd error to go with her 3 kills. 3-2, the Dragons back up by 1 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as there'll be Bayla Tripp to serve. Line drive back row. Yamauchi sets one middle. It'll be Sims trying to backline kill. Powered down but kept alive by the Dragons. The scramble sends it across. Yamauchi for Sims once again on the far side. Tips one short. A dive by Hannah Peterson. Can't get in the air. Katie Sims gets her 2nd kill. Another assist for Yamauchi. She gets her 7th. And the Cardinals back even at 3-3. Playing better now, and it'll be up to Patterson to serve once again as she strides into one. Top spin to the left side, outside the line, and Lexi Patterson gets the 1st service error of the match for the Cardinals. That has been a bright spot for Soda Springs. Their service game has not cost them points. Cooper Evans will check into the match for Lexi Patterson, who takes a seat. It'll be Peterson, who serves one over the line. Hannah Peterson gets her 2nd service error of the match, and the Cardinals stay even at 4-4. Neither team pulling away here in set number 3. Cardinals trying to answer back to what was a drubbing in set number 2. Ball served up and over. Peterson to Tripp to the middle of the court. Williams denied at the net, but right there is Emma Peterson to the middle. It'll be a chance by Hubbard, who spins one down. Williams ends up dropping down the assist for her 1st, and Hubbard gets her 5th kill of the match. 5-4 now. The Cardinals down by 1 to the Dragons. Both sides trading points. Neither side able to go on more than a 1-point run. Moves Sammy William back to serve, and she'll stride into one, sends one long off of the back line. William gets her 1st error of the match. 4 service errors in the match for the Dragons now. It's 5-5. The Cardinals back even, and Reagan Yamauchi goes back to serve for the Cardinals. Kaylin Lewis will check out. Back into the match, Cedar Hopkins. Yamauchi will prepare to serve. Steps into one high serve back row. Played towards the net. Going to be hit off of the block at the net. Yamauchi keeps it alive. Plays to the middle. Franson stuffed at the net. Hits it into the net as well. That's her 3rd error that she's picked up now in this match. And the Soda Springs Cardinals are down 6-5. Back down by 1 to the Malad Dragons. Back to serve is Hallie Hannah. Sends one high in back row. Cooper Evans gets one dug too far to the net. Popped down by Emma Peterson, who gets her 9th kill now without an error. And Soda Springs goes down by 2, 7-5. Largest lead of the match for either team in this set. Ball served over by Hallie Hannah once again. Yamauchi at the net. Sets one far side. Hopkins tries to throw one down. Stuffed block at the net by Emma Peterson. The blocking game has been strong once again for the Malad Dragons. They've got 6 blocks, and it's an 8-5 lead for the Dragons. Starting to pull away here late in or early in set number 3. Already up 2-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Yamauchi to Bartlome. Hits one into the block, gets it through the block and down. Bartlome gets her second kill. Yamauchi gets her 4th assist, and Soda Springs goes back within 2, down by a score of 8-6 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. That'll send Myers back into the match to serve. Strides forward, lines one into the courts herself. Taylor Myers gets an error. That's the second service error for the Cardinals, both in this set, and it's back to a 3-point edge for the Dragons. Moves Hubbard to serve, and she'll step forward into one as well. High serve, dug up by Bartlome. Yamauchi back sets it for Bartlome, who pounds it into the net. The set was a little behind her, though, so a little bit of an error there on the run-up and on the set, and the Cardinals go down by 4, 10-6. Hubbard to serve again, high serve back row. Bartlome to Yamauchi, sets one for Patterson, off the block, popped up by Emma Peterson, kept alive and freed back line. Sims gets it to Yamauchi. She'll go far side. Bartlome once again powered into the block and stuffed back on the Cardinal side. They're going to say into the net, and Bartlome picks up her second hitting error in a row. It's 11-6. The Dragons up by 5, really starting to pull away now. Hubbard to serve once again. High serve, back line, inside the court. Myers watched it drop to her left, didn't make a move, and Hubbard comes up with the ace. 12-6 now, and the Cardinals being doubled up by the Dragons. Hubbard, high serve back row towards the net. Yamauchi sets one far side but goes underneath the net, and that net violation, an easy one for the officials to call. Second net violation on the Cardinals, and it makes it a 13-6 game now. The Dragons on a big run here that started at 6-6. 7-point straight run as Hubbard serves it for a 7th time. Yamauchi to Hopkins. She powers one into the block. Hopkins gets it to Yamauchi again. Set to Bartlome, who tips one across the net. Far side, it'll be Tripp setting up. Peterson goes down the line inside the corner. Peterson comes up with another kill. She's got 2 in the set and 9 overall. 14-6 now. The Cardinals down by 8. Big run for the Dragons here. That's what they've used in the matches against the Cardinals, is big runs to stake themselves to lead. Yamauchi to Patterson, who powers one into the net again. The Cardinals definitely looking frazzled, playing outside of themselves and not necessarily looking like the team that has played good volleyball to this point. Hubbard to serve again, lines one over. Sims to the net. Yamauchi plays it back, and Sims plays it over on a free ball. Up into the air goes Tripp as she'll set one to the middle. Coming up and powering it outside the lines is Emma Peterson. For her first hitting error of the match, comes here in set number 3. The Cardinals get a point in the serve back, 15-7 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, as Bartlome will check back in to serve. Strides into one from the middle of the court, line drive serve, played up into the air, set to the middle, and it's going to be powered in net this time by Hannah Peterson, who gets her 4th hitting error, and the Cardinals get back within 7. Good time to go on a run if you're the Soda Springs Cardinals, as Bartlome will check into the back row. Steps forward, and the senior lines one over. Dug up by Hannah to the near side. That's Peterson who powers one down. Tripp sets her up for a big power kill, and Hannah Peterson right back on to the hitting track. Gets her 10th of the match. It's 16-8. She had 15 the last time these two teams played. Her sister had 9. As her sister will step into one and sends one up and over. Yamauchi to Hopkins. She sets it into the middle for Patterson, who sends one up and short, played up into the middle of the court to the near side. Hannah Peterson goes long off of the back line. Hannah is starting to get into an error, then a kill, then an error, then a kill, and the Cardinals will take it as they get back within 7. The offense still lacking for Soda Springs. Bartlome, the only 2 kills so far in this set, as Cedar Hopkins will go to the back line to serve. High serve, back row, played into the air. It'll be set to the middle by Tripp, and Hannah Peterson goes off the back row and drops it down. As Peterson again gets fed, and shoving into the game is going to be Bria Skinner for Cedar Hopkins, as she'll move into the match to play defense in the back row. 17-9. An 8-point edge as Bayla Tripp will serve one across. Sims to Yamauchi. Into the back row, and Myers and Bartlome miscommunicate. It goes off of Myers' back. He can't really record an error because no hit was made. It's 18-9 now. And the Soda Springs Cardinals go back down by 9. Biggest deficit they failed in this set. It'll be set to the middle. Yamauchi to the middle of the court. Goes to Sims. Played towards the net by Emma Peterson. Sammy Williams sets one up for Hannah, who drops one down. Patterson gets it to Myers, who goes back line. Played up into the air. Set for Tripp, who goes into the middle for William, who's popped up at the net. Yamauchi to the far side for Sims. Stuff block at the net, but onto the Dragons side. And Sims comes up with the kill on the assist by Yamauchi. Katie Sims with her 3rd kill. And Soda Springs gets what's only their 10th assist of the match as a team. 18-10, and the Dragons will watch as Cooper Evans goes to the back line to serve. Steps up into one, lines one back row. Played by Emma Peterson. Hannah sets it towards the net, and it's free to cross. Dug up by Bartlome to the near side as Yamauchi plays it back across. She should have been able to keep playing that, I believe, unless maybe it's only in college that you can go back to the other side and play it over and get it across, but the Cardinals will give up an ace to Hannah Peterson. Yamauchi to the far side to Franson, tips one short, played up into the air, and a free ball goes over the net and dug up by Bartlome. Yamauchi sets it to the middle. Bartlome frees one across. To the middle of the court, Tripp sets one up. It'll be misplayed, and the Dragons just free one across somehow. As Bartlome finds Yamauchi, far side, Franson drops one down hard, but kept alive, and Tripp now frees one across. Bartlome misplays it. Yamauchi for a back row attempt, and Sims now frees one across. The Cardinals not able to run any cool offense as they can't power anything down, but Sammy Williams will help them out as she punches one into the net for her first error, and Soda Springs stays within 8 at 19-11. Goes back to Katie Sims to serve. She will run up and lines one into the net. Closes her eyes as that's her first service error of the match. The Cardinals' 3rd. As the mistakes continue to cost them here, 20-11, the Dragons continue to lead. It'll be William to serve, sends one over, dug up into the air as Yamauchi sets one back row for Bartlome, who hits one through the block and down. Bartlome gets her 3rd kill of the set. Yamauchi her 6th assist, one of the best offensive runs by the Cardinals, and it'll see Hopkins check back in for Bria Skinner. 20-12, the Cardinals hoping to try and do something to get themselves back into this match, as it'll be up to Reagan Yamauchi to serve. Steps up and sends one over. Dug up in the back row, set to the middle, and Hannah Peterson tries to drop one short. Sims towards the net, played by Yamauchi, and Hopkins sets one up and over. Played to the middle of the court again as Tripp sets one up for Hannah Peterson. Tipped at the net, played to Sims. Yamauchi sets one to the middle as Franson goes back line, but too strong. Katie, her 4th error. She has not had a clean match tonight. No kills and 4 errors. And it's 21-12. The Dragons closing in on a sweep of the Cardinals on senior night as they lead 21-12 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. That lead could increase now as Tripp tries to get one down. Can't power it through. It'll be Yamauchi to Franson. Tipped over, and Franson gets it to go. Reagan gets herself her 7th assist, and Franson gets the first kill of the night for her. Gets the Cardinals to serve back 21-13 as Patterson will check back in. Cooper Evans takes a seat on the bench. And a serve comes over by Franson. Played into the air, set to the middle. It'll be a hard backline try coming from Hannah Peterson. Flies the backline. The Cardinals get a point. It's 21-14. And it'll give Katie Franson the opportunity to serve now. Looks up to the official. And now strides into one and sends one to the near side. Side spin on it. Hopkins tries to pop one down. Blocked back to the Cardinals side. Yamauchi to Patterson. Frees one back line. On the back line. Patterson finds her groove for her first kill in 2 sets. And it's 21-15. The Cardinals back within 6. Trying to rally here and shock the Dragons as set number 3. Franson sends one over to Tripp. She'll set one to the middle. It'll be Emma Peterson tipped at the net. And they're going to say into the net. I believe went Lexi Patterson. That's her 2nd net violation of the night. And gives the ball back over to the Dragons, 22-15. William to serve, or Hubbard, to serve. Sends one across. Yamauchi into the middle. It'll be a try by Bartlome, but she can't drop it down. Tripp sets one middle. William goes back line, well off of the back line for Sammy William for her 2nd hitting error in a row. 22-16 now. The Dragons may be losing a little bit of focus on their side of the court as the Cardinals have crept in thanks to some mistakes made by the Dragons. Back to Bartlome to serve as the senior will rock into one, sends one over. Dug towards the net. Tripp sets one near side. Hannah Peterson stuff blocked at the net, and Hannah just frees one across. Myers to Patterson, and Patterson's going to be called for the double hit for what's her 5th error of the night. 23-16, and is back over to the Dragons once again, a 7-point edge. And looking to serve it across is Peterson, who sends it into the net. And it drops down as Emma Peterson picks up her 2nd service error and it'll be Kaylin Lewis checking back into the match, as the senior will move to the back line to serve over. Looks up and across, runs forward, lines one up and over to the back line. Hannah to trip, set up for Williams, who hits one into the net herself. Sammy Williams gets her third error in a row, and the Cardinals back within 5. Still breathing, down 23-18 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Running up is Lewis. She'll line one across. Trip with a bump set to the near side. Hannah Peterson tries a backline kill. Bartlome to Patterson. Far side, and it's going to be tipped at the net by Sims, who can't get it to drop down to the middle of the net, and a double hit's going to be called this time on Tripp, as Bayla gets her second error, and the Cardinals creep back to within 4 as Kaylin Lewis goes back row to serve once again. Trying to rally here and keep themselves alive. Line drive serve dug towards the net by Hubbard. Tipped up and over. Kept alive by the Cardinals, but not long enough. And somehow Bayla Tripp able to drop a tip over the net and down. 24-19, the Cardinals down by 5 here in your third set, being brought to you by Bassett Building and Supply. Trying to avoid the sweep, but the serve comes over, and miscommunication goes to an ace as Bayla Tripp aces it out. 25-19, your final score in set number 3. The Cardinals are swept here on their home court on senior night. It was not a pretty performance by the Lady Cards. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap everything up on the postgame show here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Sports is being brought to you by Arctic Circle. After the game, be sure to grab dessert at Arctic Circle, where they have above-the-rim shakes and malts, as well as the best soft serve cones in town.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of September 29th through October 5th. It's harvest time, and fruits and veggies are on sale all throughout Lalaton's. Red cluster tomatoes are just 99 cents a pound. Large Fuji apples are 89 cents a pound, and iceberg lettuce heads are 89 cents each. 2-pound packages of seedless grapes are just $3.99 each. Grab yourself some fresh pumpkins, 4 pounds for $1. And fall varieties of squash are just 39 cents a pound. It's harvest time, and those are some of your food specials at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
Mama, come on.
Say mama.
Say mama.
Listen, if I could talk, I'd tell you I'm almost 2 and still not responding. That's one sign of a communication disorder. and delaying treatment can affect my development.
Many parents aren't aware of the early signs of speech, language, and hearing disorders, yet early detection and treatment can improve quality of life.
Come on, say dada.
Ugh, here we go.
Identify the signs of communication disorders. IdentifyTheSigns.org.
Students, when I call the reason for your absences throughout the years, please exit the auditorium without your high school diploma. Too tired, family trip, sick day, starting the holidays early.
Starting in the 6th grade, students who miss 18 days or more of school in a year for any reason will fall behind and risk not graduating high school. How many days of school has your child missed this year? Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
Not a pretty night for the Soda Springs Cardinals as they fall to the MALAD Dragons in straight sets, 25-13, 25-8, and 25-19. Let's get to your post-game show. We'll give this one to you as Bassett Building and Supply. Bassett Building and Supply in Soda Springs provides a wide variety of building supplies, including lumber, paint, hardwood, and much more. Call them today at 208-547-3804 and go get them, Lady Cardinals. As for this one, the Soda Springs Cardinals had 13 total kills as a team. The majority of those came in the first set and the third set, as they had none in set number 2. They ended up with 4 kills from Katie Sims, 4 kills from Lexi Patterson to lead the way. 5 errors apiece for Cedar Hopkins, Haley Ledbetter, and Lexi Patterson as well. The Cardinals, again, just not playing a very clean game of volleyball tonight. 13 kills, 26 errors as a team. 12 assists for Reagan Imauchi, 1 for Cedar Hopkins, 2 aces for the Cardinals, and 3 errors. 5 blocks for the Cardinals on their side of the court. They had 2 from Lexi Patterson, 2 from Cedar Hopkins, and 1 from Katie Franson. Overall, a very mediocre game for Soda Springs. You hate to say it, but they did not show up tonight the way they had in last night's matchup against Aberdeen. As far as for the MALAD Dragons, Bayla Tripp takes home your setter of the game, brought to you by Stoddard Farms. Come to the Stoddard Farms Farmers Market just south of Grace, where you can get a 50-pound bag of russets, Yukons, or Reds for only $10.50, as well as fresh corn, onions, and more. They're open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. until 6 o'clock p.m. Your setter of the game again, Bayla Tripp, 26 assists of the 27 the MALAD Dragons were able to get in the night by my counts. Hannah Peterson, 11 kills, 6 errors. Bayla Tripp, 1 kill, 1 error. Hallie Hanna, 1 kill and 1 error. Emma Peterson, 1 kill and 1 error. 4 kills for Sammy Williams with 3 errors, and Britlin Hubbard, a perfect night, 5 kills with 0 errors to her credit. Your blocker of the game again goes to Sammy Williams, as she ends up with 6 blocks by my tally. I might have been off on 1 as well, as that block of the game is brought to you by Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier, where they have all of your prescription needs. While you're there, visit their gift shop for the perfect surprise for that special someone. Bear Lake Drug, the small-town pharmacy that gives you world-class service. That blocker of the game against Sammy Williams. Emma Peterson also had 3 blocks, 5 aces, and 5 errors for the MALAD Dragons on the night. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will bring you our sports update from the football team, as well as a look at what exactly is going on for the Soda Springs Cardinals cross-country runners as they were competing today over in Twin Falls. We got a text update from Coach Jeff Horsley about how that team did. Back after this break on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Imagine a mining company who nurtures butterflies. At Monsanto, we plant wildflower seeds on recently mined land. The flowers support a thriving butterfly population, which then feeds small birds, who are in turn hunted by eagles and hawks. By paying attention to nature's detail, Monsanto sustains a broader ecosystem. That's one reason why 6 federal and state agencies have honored us with their highest award for excellence in annual operations. Monsanto. Imagine.
Here's a look at some of your Lalatin's food specials for the week of September 29th through October 5th. It's harvest time, and fruits and veggies are on sale all throughout Lalatin's. Red cluster tomatoes are just 99 cents a pound. Large Fuji apples are 89 cents a pound, and iceberg lettuce heads are 89 cents each. 2-pound packages of seedless grapes are just $3.99 each. Grab yourself some fresh pumpkins, 4 pounds for $1. And fall varieties of squash are just 39 cents a pound. It's harvest time, and those are some of your food specials at Lalatin's in Soda Springs.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno-flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone. Food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
So pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Welcome back out to the post-game show as we will head into our sports update. First of all, we go to cross country where the Soda Springs Cardinals girls won the meet, taking down the number 1 team in 4A by 4 points. They were led by Becca Lau, who took 11th. Kate White took 12th. Kat McCullough took 13th. Danny Smith 14th. Alexa White took 16th. Darby Cypher took 20th, and Hope Yuskoski took 26th. Great grouping for the Soda Springs Cardinals girls as they continue what has been a fantastic season. The JV girls also won as they were led by Morgan Wood, who took 2nd, JC Young 3rd, Haley Neff took 5th, Naomi Young took 6th, Lex Horsley took 7th. As those are the top 5 for the JV girls who won theirs easily. On the boys, they took 7th in the meet. Riley Simmons took 2nd, Zach Horsley took 21st just out of the medals. Coach Jeff Horsley says it was a very good day to be a Cardinal over at Twin Falls, and we agree with him there as they had a fantastic showing. Football is going to be on the road at Malad. They'll look to avenge the Cardinals' loss here tonight as they will be looking to try and get their first win of the year. We'll be there as well. Thomas Nielsen joins us now on the post-game show with a sports update for how things are going for the football team.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with Thomas Nielsen from the Soda Springs football team. And Thomas, this season, not exactly the way that a lot of kids expected it to go, but there have been slow and gradual progressions coming in each game. What are some of the things that you guys have been focusing on as a team as the year's gone on?
We've been focusing on just working together and getting better as the season goes on, so at the end of the year we can hopefully have a great team for next year.
You're one of the smaller players on this team, playing the wide receiver position and also helping out in a little bit of a fullback position as well. What are some of the things that you take into the games with you, knowing that you're probably going to be undersized against a lot of the kids you're facing?
I just got to go and get in their way. Hope they don't get the running back. Push them out if I can.
Do you feel like there's any chip on your shoulder sometimes going into the games to elevate your play sometimes?
Oh, yeah. I got to have a mentality that I can take any of those guys, even if they're twice my size.
That's something that's come across in the last couple of games in particular. You had over 70 yards receiving against American Falls, and then you come and you score one of the 2 touchdowns against Westside. How much confidence have you gained in yourself, and how much confidence have you seen the team gain whenever you have good things happen?
A lot of confidence. It's been kind of surprising. I thought I'd be playing JV this year, but definitely taken a lot of good steps, and so has the team. Just all the touchdowns, that's a team thing. It's not one player.
When you look at the leaders on this team as well, who are some of the kids that have taken those leadership roles on the team that you look up to, that some of the other kids look up to?
Hunter Bybee and Andy Stewart are just a couple of them.
What do they do that really makes them stand out from other kids?
They just do their position really well, and when everybody else makes a mistake, they tell them how to fix it, and just good coaching.
You guys had a really good start against Westside, were able to score first, got your first lead of the season. What do you need to do in order to keep that momentum rolling in a game and be able to build on that instead of seeing it slip away?
We just got to stay focused, not celebrate too much, and then if they do score, we got to stay focused still. Can't hang our heads or anything.
Was that a good lesson to learn in that game, especially with still time to recover and still time to bounce back?
Yeah, for sure.
When you think about this upcoming game against Malad, homecoming for them, you're going to be going into your 3rd homecoming game in a row, looking to try and spoil theirs. Is it tough when you go to another team's homecoming?
No, it's just a regular game. We got to go out there, play the same.
Put on the blinders. And when you think about Malad, focusing on them, what do they do well? Have you seen any film from them? Do you know what they're going to be doing against you?
I haven't watched much film, but they seem to run the ball a lot, and seemed to do that pretty good.
When you look at them as well, they have a new coach, a lot of young players, a lot like Soda in that regard as far as a team that's been struggling. Is this really a must-win for you guys as far as looking ahead at those two games to take a bit of the pressure off?
Yeah, for sure. We need to win.
What's the one thing you need to do great in this game in order to come away with that win?
100% effort and good blocks.
Final question for you, and that's with your back against the wall, there's always a little bit more pressure on the team, obviously, but is there something nice in knowing that there's nothing to lose when you go out there onto the field, that you just put everything onto it?
Yeah, it just makes it so we can't take the foot off the gas, because if we do, then we don't make it to playoffs, so we have to do hard these next 3 games.
It's not an enviable position, but definitely one you can climb out of. Thomas, thank you so much for the time.
Yep, you're welcome.
That was Thomas Nielsen from the Soda Springs football team. They'll be in action tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on the road. We will be at that game, 6:30 pregame show and a 7 o'clock opening kick as they look to try and get their first win of the season against the MALAD Dragons. This wraps up our post-game show. Thank you for tuning into the Cardinal post-game show. The proceeding has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this production can be used or rebroadcast without express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Once again, our final score on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard is 3-0. The MALAD Dragons sweep the Lady Cardinals. Join us tomorrow night and on Saturday. We'll have plenty more football and volleyball coming your way on KBRV 800 The Bear throughout the next couple of days. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook. I'd also like to thank our sales team of Julie Burley and Kim Miller, office manager Kayleen Anderson, and general photographer Warren Cook. Thanks to all of our fine sponsors and to you for tuning in as well. Until our next broadcast, let's go Cardinals. Let's go Caribou County.
Another game is in the books, and we would like to thank you for tuning in and supporting Caribou County Volleyball on KBRV 800 The Bear. This broadcast has been brought to you by
Monsanto, Hunsaker Ford, Silver Star Communications, and by MyLocalRadio.com.
Be sure to visit MyLocalRadio.com for archived versions of this and other games, as well as updates and interviews with local teams throughout the school year. And don't forget to join us for our next broadcast of Caribou County Volleyball on KBRV The Bear and online with live video streaming at MyLocalRadio.com.